So your new Bachelorette is on her way here right now.
In the latest Bachelorette promo, Chris Harrison tells the men they've been cheated, and we're breaking down all the latest details. Hey guys, welcome back to another Shared News from Home. We are so close to what truly might be the most dramatic episode in Bachelorette history. We're going to break down all the latest teases, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the wonderful Gabby Gonta.
Hi, Fiona.
Hello. So to say we are excited for this episode, I think would probably be an understatement at this point, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's just dive right in and break down some of these latest clips because we're slowly but surely really getting a clear picture of what to expect. First up, this clip looks like it's Chris sort of sitting all the guys down after the bomb explodes and about to brief them on what's to come. Let's take a look.
Boys, it is great to see all of you here.
So obviously, I feel like as we're peeking in these clips, we want to try to keep our eyes out for some familiar faces because I think there's been like a lot of speculation on who's actually going to be here. What are you expecting this conversation to look like, Gabby?
I think this is definitely after some craziness went down with Clare. And I think actually there will be a moment in the episode where the guys are offered, an opportunity to stick around or to leave if they want to. So I think this is after all the guys who want to stay here are now here and they're getting the talk from Chris about how they're going to proceed. So definitely going to be interesting to see which guys stick around. There's a few familiar faces and probably even more that we're not sure about yet.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. I think this is going to be like the Clare drama happens. Then there's a period of uncertainty. Then there's the possibility that someone new is coming, and this conversation is going to be, okay, like new teams together, new Bachelorette's on her way. We're finally getting some organization this season.
Yes.
Chris says in this next clip that the guys got cheated. So let's see how that goes and keep your eyes out for some other faces in the room as well.
Because you guys got a little cheated. You didn't really have an honest chance to find love.
So a few familiar faces, a few standouts. Easy's had a big personality this season. Some of these guys I feel like we haven't even gotten to know, but it looks like some of our faves will be sticking around. What are your thoughts on that statement, Gabby, that you guys were cheated? Do you agree with that sentiment?
I definitely agree with it. I think besides all of the new COVID protocols, this was supposed to be a regular season of The Bachelorette where these guys were going to have a chance to date the Bachelorette, Clare, Crawley, and that kind of went south. So besides it just being, a totally uprooted, different season than we've ever seen, yeah, these guys were cheated out of the normal amount of time that they would get to spend with her, the normal amount of, dates and just being on the show and having exposure and things like that. So I think that is the proper word for Chris to use in this case. And I'm just glad that they're getting their second chance now.
Same. I'm so happy that all of these guys are going to get another shot. And it seems like in this room, they may not know what's coming. And this next moment appears to be Chris confirming to them for the first time that a new Bachelorette is on her way.
So your new Bachelorette is on her way here right now.
Look at how excited they look even in just those few moments. I mean, I feel like that must have been such a weight off their shoulders. Like they all put themselves out there for love and now they have a second chance. I mean, after an exhausting journey, that's got to be some exciting news.
Totally. This has been a serious roller coaster of emotions for these guys. And I mean, this is just adding to it. They've probably hit their low point after Clare decided to leave or whatever ends up happening with that. And now they're back on the high of the roller coaster where there's a new Bachelorette coming. They get another chance. And what happens next, I'm sure, is going through their minds right now. And we also saw Bennett, so that means he'll be back, one of our favorites. So I'm excited for him.
Yes, I think this next clip we get a really great Bennett moment. Let's take a look.
Chris.
I think Bennett it's hard to stand out this season because Clare has really only had eyes for Dale, but there are a couple of guys, Bennett being one of them, that I know we've gotten excited about and Bachelor Nation has been excited about. So I think it's going to be a really wonderful opportunity for the rest of the season with Tayshia to hopefully just get to know some of these guys better, because as much as we all love the lead, I don't know about you, Gabby, but I love to get to know multiple contestants. I'm typically rooting for the bulk of the season for like multiple people because they pick some really great contestants every season.
Yeah, totally. I think, we learn to love these guys, and then afterwards, whether they end up with the Bachelorette or not, we can follow them on their journey, and then maybe they'll end up in paradise or become a bachelor themselves, and then we can just follow their journey and hopefully they will find love with someone eventually. So I agree with you on that.
Listen, the Bachelor family is continuing to get bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
Yes.
Going back to this conversation that we've all been waiting for, Chris is, keeping them in suspense a little bit. He hits them with another question. He's not putting all of his cards on the table right at once.
Well, the big question, who is she?
Yes, Chris. I mean, that, of course, is the big question. We know, Gabby. We know who she is. We know all about her.
We do.
You're a fan of Tayshia, I'm assuming. Are you excited that she's the person they tapped to step into this role?
Absolutely. I think she is, totally different than Clare in good and bad ways. And she just has so much personality and is really fun. I think she was on Colton's season of The Bachelor, and then she was in Paradise just last summer. So really exciting. She was just so adorable on those shows and didn't have so much luck with love, but hopefully one of these guys will be her man. Of course, like you said, we know who it is, but in this moment, the guys don't. So I'm sure they're just like through the roof excited.
So excited. I mean, in this next clip, he's not really telling them who she is. Let's take a look at how Chris sort of strategized the slow reveal.
Well, how about I just go get her and I'll let her come in here.
He's like, well, I'm not going to tell you quite yet. He really hypes it up. Let's take a look at this next clip as well.
The next person to walk through these doors will be your new Bachelorette and possibly your wife.
Possibly your wife. I mean, obviously, we know we're excited about Tayshia, but like when we're looking at some of their reactions here, they all look so happy. I feel like this could be difficult for them, difficult for Tayshia, because this show doesn't move at the normal speed of dating and in relationships. I mean, we talk about it all the time. By week 3, people are like so head over heels, so in love. And Clare's season just made that even faster, put it into turbo drive. So the idea of these guys being ready and excited to, give up those hopes they had for Clare and meet somebody new and totally dedicate themselves to this opportunity, this chance at love. It's definitely kind of an interesting twist if you think about it. Like, they're supposed to be chasing after their future wife, Clare, and now they're ready and welcoming, a whole new person into that same role. Do you think that might be difficult for any of them to get over Clare, or really do we think that since the Clare of it all was such a mess the whole time that maybe they don't have super deep emotional feelings they're going to have to overcome?
Yeah, I think they have totally forgotten about Clare at this point. They are extremely excited, as you mentioned, and Clare is nowhere in sight or in mind for them, I feel like. And, you're right that this show is way more speedy, and I think they have that mindset going into it. And since they didn't even get much time with Clare to begin with, I don't think there's going to be much having to get over it, and that they're just finally getting to start their journey, I feel like. So, of course, they don't know who Tayshia is. So, of course, there's physical attraction or personality attraction and things that they're going to have to find out if they have with her because they don't know who she is. But beyond that, I think they're just excited for their journey to actually start.
I totally agree. I feel like they all look like they've pressed the reset button. They are ready to go. But of course, in typical Chris fashion, he's going to make them wait a little bit longer. Let's take a look at this next moment.
Have fun tonight. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Chris.
So they are so excited, but they're also nervous. I think this next clip is pretty telling as to like the tone of the room, how they're all feeling. It's natural to be nervous. You know, let's take a look at what they've had to say.
As nervous as I am, I'm sure she's doubly nervous right now.
I'm sure she's nervous, but hopefully she's ready for what she's getting into.
I mean, they look so happy and so excited. I think this is, I mean, we already sort of started to touch on this, but this has got to be a nerve-wracking situation for everyone involved, because usually you sign up for the show with someone in mind. And, you know, as the lead, you're confident that producers, you know, in theory, cast people, with the exception of, you know, the villain, the couple of just crazy people that you know you're going to be thrown as a curveball. But producers cast people with you in mind. So who do you think is more nervous? Tayshia about potentially, you know, not connecting with a group of men who weren't really cast with her as, you know, as the romantic lead? Or the guys who are like, shoot, are we going to connect with her? Do you think it's a little bit of both? What do you think the challenge is going to be?
I think it's definitely a little bit of both. You can clearly see the guy's nerves right here, and I'm sure once Tayshia steps out the limo, we'll be able to feel it from her too. I think the guys might be a little bit more nervous though, because this is their second chance. Like they've been through a not so great experience. So I feel like the stakes are higher for them to have that good experience with Tayshia on this second time around. So I'm nervous. Look at me. I'm nervous to see how everything goes down starting on Thursday.
Oh my God, absolutely. I mean, Clare had such a whirlwind, and I think at some point or at a few points now, she said, listen, you can't hate on love. And of course, like, we wanted Clare to find love. She found love, but that has been a crazy roller coaster for all of us and the contestants. So Tayshia feels like a second chance for us all. Of course, they've been hyping up this limo entrance. We've only seen her, you guys, exit the pool. We have not seen her limo reveal yet, and they're holding us in suspense in this last little bit here as well.
Oh.
Just Clare again at that last second. We did have a photo, though. They did tease on Twitter a photo of her limo moment as well. Get to see a little teeny tiny bit of that dress. I mean, I feel like this moment with Tayshia, we are just all gonna gasp. What do you think? I feel like she's gonna be so gorgeous.
Yes, it'll be the pool moment all over again, but, you know, in her nightclub outfit. I think that it's interesting that they're still keeping this moment from us and still having Clare as, you know, the Bachelorette poster girl in this promo. But I think it's a fun surprise. You know, they've been leading us along this long so we could tune in and watch exactly what goes down. So I think they're definitely hiding Tayshia's look from us. And it's always exciting to see, you know, what the Bachelorette is wearing, her dress, how she looks, stunning. And I'm just excited to finally see her face and become the new Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't agree more. I think this week is going to be such an exciting moment in Bachelor Nation history. You guys, we want to know your thoughts. Have you been counting down this entire season, waiting for the Tayshia reveal? Are you sad to see Clare's journey come to an end? Let us know your thoughts, your predictions down in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell, because we will be back talking Bachelorette 24/7. If there's news, we're going to be talking about it. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. You can follow me on socials at Fiona Zaring. And Gabby, where can they find you?
You can follow me at Gabby Gonta.
Amazing. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.